Massey Tanks and Trucks 24/7 with the latest Wltoys Rock Racer. Now there are 4 varieties of this car. There's A, B and C, and there's 104 2A, which is I think the original one, which was the green and black edition. They all are very similar, same suspension setup, just I think different body design. Now the one thing that sets these apart from other similar priced RTR kits is this pretty sweet radio. As you can see, it's got a full LCD, it's 3-channel, a nice rubber texture on it, and it does feel very nice. It does feel actually more premium than what you expect. Now Gearbest sent this to me for a review, so if you want, go check it out. I'll leave the link down below in the description. So stay tuned. In this video I'll give it a good unboxing and an in-depth overview of what you get in the car. Okay, now here is the box with the Wltoys Wild Truck Warrior. There's different varieties, actually 4 different cars, and they use the same box. And the only way you know which one you have is on the hot side here. You'll see you got all these different ones here. I've done a review of this one, and I've actually gave one away. They share the same model number, as you can see. There's A, B, C, and this green one here as well. So this, I'm pretty sure this is the latest one. So number 10428B. Looks pretty cool. It's called Fast Cross Country Rock Climbing. Now there's not much else around the box. I'm not going to waste all our time. First up we have our manual. We get one 4-way wrench. So you also get an instruction manual for the transmitter alone, because it is quite in-depth. It is probably one of the best transmitters for a ready-to-run kit, especially at this price point. Has a LCD screen. It's 3-channel, and it is quite good, and it is the same one that was on the blue one that I gave away as well, but we'll have a look at that later on. And here we have the instruction manual for the truck. 1 ratio of 10. Standard stuff here, do's and don'ts. The thing I like about these, they are at least pretty informative. They are in English as well, and have great exploded views for when you need to repair it or just see how things go back together, and a full parts list. So the charger you get is a basic balanced charger. You plug your balance lead in there, and it does up to 2-cell 7.4 volt battery. It's good to get you started, but I would definitely recommend buying a hobby grade charger later on. This is the transmitter, and it is very nice. Has this rubber texture on the outside here. Requires 6 AA batteries, so that's better than 8. But as you can see, very nice. Has some nice little switches here: bind, back button, on and off switches, steering trim, throttle trim, your auxiliary dual rates, and your auxiliary trim there. So that is your 3rd channel. But I'll plug some batteries into this later and show how it works. And last but not least, the car. So here is the car itself, and I must admit I do like the look of it. Yeah, it does come with a LiPo battery, and that is of size 2200 milliamp, 7.4 volt, 2-cell with a Dean's connector on the end. So briefly before I open it up and show you inside, it has a 540 motor in there. It's brushed, and it's capable of approximately 30 kilometers an hour, which isn't too bad, I guess, considering it is brush, and it is kind of this rock crawling, rock racer style of platform. Okay, before I take the body panels off, let's just have a look at the car all in one piece. And I think it looks really, really cool. The colours pop, the design is really great, and all these LEDs, you have 2 at the front there. They're flashing at the moment because it's not bound with the controller. You also have 2 at the back there as well. I do like, it's got like a carbon fibre style print up here. Looks nice, but I'll take all these screws off in a minute, which are all Allen head, and we'll see what's underneath. These side body panels, they do have 5 screws holding them on, and just be aware some of them are different lengths, but I like how they have separately attached body panels. And the good thing about it, you don't need to take all these out just to put the battery in. It's just to just showing you what's underneath it all. Okay, now since some of the panels off, we can see what's inside. This is what makes it tick. This particular panel here, there's some extra screws on the side here. If you undo them, you can open it like a bonnet there and have a look inside the car. Now, first and foremost, you might see all these wires running up. That is for the LEDs there. There's a little circuit board there. You've got 2 on either side, so 4 up the front. And that cable that you see here runs all the way down the length of the car and up to here as well into the back. Now in all four of these cars, the A, B, C and just the 0, 10428, which is the green and black one, have this suspension setup. And it's like a inboard, like laid down cantilevered system, and it does work very well. It certainly looks cool, and it is seen, especially or most popularly on the e-Revo, has that same setup as well. As you see, it works very well. They are plastic bodied shocks. You need to adjust the preload via those little plastic clips, but from factory it seems quite nice, not too springy. They are oil filled, so they can be adjusted as well. The good thing about this, it has like its own connector there, like you saw, it just came out when I opened this a bit too fast, so you won't pull on these cables or break anything prematurely. Now your rear shocks are more traditional style. They are much longer, and they have a nice amount of, you know, dampening to them. They're not too springy like some of these other cheaper ready to run kits. Not too bad. They are oil filled as well, and you can adjust them if you would like to. All plastic, and they need to be adjusted via these preload clips as well. Now while I'm at the back, we might as well continue around here with the solid rear axle. It is all plastic, and you can see the cool suspension setup with all the different style links, which gives you good articulation for some climbing action there. It's all plastic, but it does seem very strong. It seemed to hold up. The green one that I have has held up over time, although I accidentally ran it in water, and the ESC is not waterproof, and I found that out with some magic smoke. Now the front, you have a traditional style differential. All works well, and the metal gears keep the longevity in check, I guess, with these. They do run well. At least they don't have a huge brushless system, which causes a lot of stress on the internal gears. Now, as we can see, the drivetrain is metal, typical dog bone setup there. All the hub carriers are all plastic, but everything is adjustable. Toe in, toe out, camber, all that good stuff. Even got suspension set up there where that can be changed as well. As you can see, the ESC is just flapping around in the breeze there. The double-sided tape didn't really do its job. And I noticed with these that the on and off switch is hard to get to, so it's just good to leave it in the on position, and when you turn on the battery, it turns on the car. Now lying down on the side here is your steering servo. Doesn't seem to have a servo saver built in, so watch out for smacking into anything hard. You might strip the gears in there. You might also notice here there's another servo, and that is for the 2-speed transmission, which is activated via the third channel on the remote control. Now on the other side of the car is a huge 540 motor, which is brushed. It also does have a metal motor mount here, good for heat dissipation as well, I guess to a degree, but majority of it, that's for strength. And under here is your spur gear and pinion gear, and adjustment is made here for the slipper clutch. Now back to the ESC here, it's a dual system, so it has your receiver and ESC in one. Good in one way, bad in the other. If something goes wrong, you need to replace the whole system, but I guess it comes with the territory. These aren't too expensive, and there are parts available as well. Here we have our front and rear drive shafts coming from the center gearbox here, and it does have a full steel drive shaft to the front, and the rear, like I said before, is a plastic and metal telescopic style. Steering servo is pretty responsive and not too bad for the price of the kit. Now if you notice just here on this servo, you can see this horn shifting. That's in a neutral position, and this is in the low gear position. So if I get a bit of throttle, you can hear it now, and if I change it on the fly, you can hear it go much quicker, and that's in high gear. Wouldn't want to slam them in there like that regularly, but I just want to show you can hear it when it changes. Not too bad. Now if you want to change it, I wouldn't recommend it just slamming it like I do. Put it in first, let off the throttle, then change it to the high gear. That'll make sure that your transmission at least lasts more than one run. And here are the headlights. Once the car is bound, they are solid, and there's your two rear ones as well. Now underneath of the car is very smooth. There's nothing to really get hung up on. Everything is nicely countersunk. Now it does have some alloy reinforcement here for the suspension pins to run through, so it's not biting into plastic, and that's up front as well, just here. So at least that is a strong point, and it's not going to break on you anytime soon. Now everything else is plastic under here except for this part of the drive shaft, and this is a telescopic style drive shaft. It is plastic. Hopefully that won't twist and warp over time. So I guess we'll find out with continual driving and bashing. Now the tyres seem nice. a little bit on the hard side, but they do have a bit of play. They are foam inserts as well. The tread pattern looks good, but yeah, I think they will be great for an all-terrain tyre. The wheels here, they are plastic, but they actually are real bead locks, which is great, sandwiched together with these Allen head screws all the way around, which is good to see. I don't think there'll be a problem with these wheels and tyres separating. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, the transmitter you get with this is probably the best one considering the price range. It does feel nice, has a rubber coating, has an LCD screen here, tells you your voltage for your batteries, has your bind plug, your back button here, a menu button. We can adjust several parameters, your model, the name, the reversed endpoints, trim, dual rates, exponential, and also ABS, which when you think about the cost of this kit, this alone makes it worthwhile because you can, I'm pretty sure, get different receivers and bind with this. So basic buttons around here, you have your steering trim, your throttle trim, your auxiliary dual rate, your auxiliary trim, your dual rates here, and other buttons here like I mentioned before, and you can adjust that on the screen as well. Clicking and entering, you can change the model name, all that kind of good stuff. So like I said, it is a 3-channel remote, so you can cycle through the channels there and change it as you see fit. But yeah, nice controller. You definitely would be impressed if you got this car, and when you'd feel this, you wouldn't think it's so cheap. Okay guys, that wraps it up for me for this video. If you haven't subscribed guys, please do so. There's heaps of content coming up, plus the running video for this. Any questions, please leave them down below. I'll happy to answer them as soon as I can. And if you want to go check it out, this is from Gearbest. They send it to me for a review, so the link will be down below. That's it guys, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.